Alright guys, and welcome along to this week's project. We will not be playing Farm Sim, we will be making tools for the computer to play Farm Sim. I have discovered a problem. I have acquired, as you all know because it's been well documented, we have the G29, wonderful piece of equipment. I have the SteelSeries Apex Raw keyboard with lots of extra buttons for macros. Wonderful piece of equipment. However, it should only be around that way, that big, to work, which is, we're getting to that. We have the Thrustmaster joysticks. Can I get them on? We get them on camera. Dual. There we go. Awesome, very awesome, because you can obviously swap all the bits and pieces around to make them left-handed. And then I have an MMR mouse, Logitech G600. Again, lots and lots of buttons and modes. The red one's for Farm Sim, that's for Ark, that was for Space Engineers. I haven't played Space Engineers for a while, so that's kind of open. But I've come across a problem of I can't get the camera down, can we? Is this going to work? This is probably going to be an absolute disaster. Ah, there we go. Now, when I play Farm Sim, I can't do it, the minute it's covered in crap, but that goes on the top part, the wheel comes to here, that joystick moves into position and the mouse is there. But this is a problem. I don't like having to stretch all the way up there to press the WASD keys, so I've been having it here, kind of on an angle. Get it in nice? Yeah, on the angle. And it doesn't fit. It's really annoying. And when you go for it in a rush, is that going to go back? I love it when a plan comes together. It's doing my head in, basically. It's doing my nut. So, decisions were made, gadgets were found, and we've ended up with this. Ta-da! This is a Logitech G13 Advanced Gamepad? Game board, even. Yes, it's a mini keyboard. The beauty about this is it works with the profile that I am using for everything else, the mouse, the wheel, so it's just going to pop up on the end or the other end or somewhere, but it works on that profile. I don't need the old one up, which was running the Extreme Throw 3D Pro joystick, which failed, which is a shame because it did have a better actual stick than what the Thrustmasters do. It just felt better on your hand, it really did. But the internals on these just destroy that thing. These are so much better on the inside. It's on the outside. They're the cheaper ones. What do you expect? But I can make it work. Now, the thing about this that I really, really like is it is fully customisable. It's got the indents for the WASD keys, but I think they're a bit high. So they might end up being my WASD keys. And that is going to sort out having to put the keyboard either on the top. Well, it's going to go on the top, out of the way. But I'm not going to need to touch it. So I'm going to have this mini thing down where it needs to be to run around. I don't have to reorganise my desk quite so drastically every time. So the keyboard only needs to come back down for literally modding. It will not need to join me anymore down here unless I am modding, which is when the wheel is tucked away where it is and you guys have just seen, and everything's happy. So that is project number one. And I got that, and I have an old controller lying around. I'm sure I've shown you guys before, and I can't remember for the life of me. Oh, I think I was actually going to make custom joysticks out of it. This was back when I was married and penniless, and I couldn't afford a pair of Thrustmasters. So this was going to be my little project. However, I've still got this lying around, and I've got nothing to do with it. We can't have that. It has to be used. And if we scroll down here, there's, what is it, 19 buttons. I doubt it, you can't see it on that one. You see it on this one? Yes, you can. Haha! Turbo and clear and mode. Now mode turns on that little LED between the two sticks. That's for analog. The last time I experienced that button was on a PlayStation 1, the original one. It wasn't even called PlayStation 1, it was just PlayStation. And you press that mode and your sticks go analog. Press it again, light goes off, and they're just basically like the 1, 2, 3, 4 keys. You press it and it does it. Instant. Analog means it's like the foot pedals for the G29, that's the best example of it. It's potentiometer sort of thing. It gives you the range of movement. Now the rest of this, I went looking at this and I thought, if you look at the back of it, the later two triggers, I thought they were potentiometers. They're not, which annoyed me at the time because I did have it all planned out how I wanted it, and I didn't want to use an Xbox one because that just jumps into the computer and says, hey, I'm an Xbox 360 controller, love me. No, back off. So I was hoping this would have that, it didn't. But anyway, that gives me more buttons to play with. So we come back over here. We've obviously got the D-pad, which is over on the left, so that's 4. Then you've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, that's another 4. Come into here, there we go. Then you've got 9 and 10 in the middle on that V, so that's 10 buttons. You've also got each stick which clicks as well, so that's 11, 12. And then on the top, you've got 13, 14. Now the other two, I'm going to have down as modifiers, like Control and Shift. I'm going to have them on rocker switches. So I'm going to have 14 buttons, and if I flick a rocker switch, I'm into another 14 buttons, so that's 28 in total. If I turn that off, flick the other one, that's another 14 buttons, which is 42? Yes. And if I flick both rockers at the same time, that's another 14 buttons. Where are we now? 46, 56 possible buttons out of this button box that I'm going to come up with. It's going to be fun. So, we've gone from there. These are what I've ordered. I've ordered 5 red buttons, 5 green buttons, 5 blue buttons, and they've arrived. I have ordered 10 meters of speaker wire. Now this is the budget shit. Hopefully it's going to do the job. This is just a custom project. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We will find out. And then I have the rocker buttons. Now I didn't get them with lights because I'm not entirely sure how to wire the lights in, because I'm not entirely sure how the controller works itself. I'll get back to that shortly. But anyway, I didn't get the lights ones. I think it's right next to me. If I can't see that it's pressed, then I need my eyes testing again. And we also got a bit of coloured perspex to go on the front of the button box. Now if I bring you guys back onto, don't click stop recording, there we go. That, by the way, is how I have OBS laid out. Ignore the tunnelling. There's all the different channels, blah 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 blah. It just works. 60 FPS on desktop. Hey. Anyway, channel update. Now the button box, hopefully the glue has dried. Oh, this is going to suck. Most of it's screwed together. I've just glued some feet on it tonight and it is not moving anywhere now. That's awesome. All that's left of my controller at the minute is that. I've annihilated it, but I'm not sure if I've gone too far and I might need to put that back on. I just cut through the ribbons, but doing, you'll be able to see it, I doubt. See the potentiometers there? There's one on the bottoms and then there's on the sides as well. That side even. So yeah, it's 2 potentiometers per stick, but they have 3 tabs on. And I'm not entirely sure if they're constantly putting out a signal, which is going to be a bugger. The LED is slap bang in the middle of them, that white thing there. If they are constantly putting out a signal, I've dicked up by removing them from this, and I will have to reconnect. And I chopped it really, really close to the board as well, because I'm a fucking idiot. Now the trigger buttons, because they don't have any of the potentiometer business on, which is a shame, but it works for this project because I can chop them off, as I have done, and you've got 3 solder points already in, drilled through the board. I've freshened that up with a soldering iron. The original shit that's left will pull out. I can put new wires in. Done. Now for actually doing the rest of the board, I've learned about this on the Tinterweb. There are little test points, little circles. Now I've got some 1mm drill pieces coming. I can put them on the pillar drill and drill through them, obviously feed wire into it, solder it. Yeah, job's good. So I can get most of the switches all together. Now that mode button I'm going to leave blank. I am pretty sure the default for this controller was off. Every time you fire it up, it's off, which means they won't be a problem if I'm thinking this right. Because this board, as far as it's concerned, that's just a normal switch, which is what it's going to be when I'm finished with the button box. I hope. I have no need for these potentiometers on a button box. It'd be like little turn dials and stuff. I cannot think of a use for them that I'd have. It works the same as the joystick basically, and I've got no need for those kind of axes. It just doesn't exist for the games I play. I mean, even for brake biases and stuff like that, I don't play driving games which have that much detail in them. I played a bit of F1. Currently it's uninstalled from the computer. It was taking up quality space that was now replaced by the new Conan game. Yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, the project for this week is turning this into a button box, which is going to live... Please let go. Yeah! Say hello to my little friend. It's not so little. It's stupidly big for what it's going to be. But, and that's what I'll be gluing on. Rubber pads. Ooh, that caused a bit of echo. That changes the sound a bit, doesn't it? Audio. Hey. But yeah, it's all mostly screwed together. 4 screws there, 4 screws on the bottom. Is that it? Yeah, 4 screws on the back. I'm not entirely happy about how the back's on there. I was thinking about, best angle here is cutting that off, shrinking that down and feeding it into the gap. It'd make it look a bit smarter, but I'm not sure how it'd work for strength. I mean, in theory this is what? Inch or 3/4 inch MDF. It's a pretty weighty unit. It's not going to flex around. I mean, it's basically what I had left from when I built the desk. I love having crapless lying around that you can use and abuse for this stuff. It's awesome. I do have a complaint. I did also want to show you that G13. It was supposed to be here last Friday. I'm recording this on Monday night. I paid for next day delivery on Thursday because Friday people were at home. Me and the housemate, who's currently asleep over there, and Annabelle's asleep there. Bless her. So yeah, I paid for it to come on Friday when people were in, and assuming that something went wrong on Friday, it would be delivered on Saturday when people were in. Oh no, somebody at Parcel Force decided to send it to Milton Keynes instead of Leeds. Thanks for that. And then somebody down Milton Keynes decided, nah, you don't deserve it on Saturday, and never marked it up as a fuck up in the first place, so it didn't get marked down for Saturday delivery. It's now coming on Monday, which was today, when everybody was at work. Yeah, thanks for that. Missed parcel. Wonderful. But luckily, Parcel Force do have a sort of I think they're actually something to do with the post office, which works in this regard, because instead of being sent away to some random depot, probably back at Leeds, it has been delivered to the post office, which is to the end of my street. Take a left and ta-da. So it's not far away. But obviously the post office shut before I got home. Yeah. So that was the end of the G13. I will be showing you that in not Tuesday's video, because that's what this video is. It'll be Wednesday's video, because I'm going to go get the damn thing as soon as I get up in the morning. Me and Annabelle are going walkies. And from there, I have one toy to play with. Because I don't want to play with Arms until I get all this crap sorted out now. I want my new buttons. Anyway, the Perspex arrived. That goes on the front of the button box, and I can drill it and do what I need to do with it quite happily. The buttons themselves arrived. The blue, the green, and the red. And my plan is to have a row of 5 at the top, a row of 4 and a row of 5. I think it'll look kind of cool, and it's just big enough I can get my thumb on it and attack it. Now, the rocker switches might not arrive in time, but it might not matter, because I've currently lost my soldering iron. Which sucks. I'm sure I've done some soldering since I moved in here, which means it's come out of the box it was moved in, where I would have been able to find it now, and is currently in a new safe place. Safe places are wonderful, because you can never fucking remember which one it's in. But I do have a lot of wire to strangle myself with the fucking rope. If I can find it, I can pretty much build this tomorrow. Obviously minus the rocker switches. I might just leave wires open for them later on, and I can build it up with this as is, and we'll have a button box by the end of tomorrow, which is going to make for a really cool Wednesday video. The plan is to film doing it and then just put on a speedy up bit, some nice tunes, and it's going to be fun. So yeah, this week no farm sim because the controls are dead. We are going to be building controls and they're going to be awesome, and we're going to get back to farm sim. Another thing, this has to be done because we've got that many mods popping up now which have their own little key bindings, and you've got to control and shift and do anything fucking else because every button on the keyboard is already in use. Hopefully this is going to work. The way farm sim seems to be working at the minute is every time I put a new gadget into this computer, it brings up its own thing and you can bind to it. If it fails miserably, we tried. We made a button box and it looks awesome. The biggest worry I've got at the minute is whether I need to reattach that, because that's going to be a ball ache. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wires I have to resolder because I got a bit giddy. It's a really, really small smolder points as well. It's always one. Well, if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. But yeah, gonna have a lot of buttons to play with. What did we say? 56? I think we was at 56. Or we more? That's a ridiculous amount of possible key bindings. But yeah, like the vehicle group switcher, I can flick a rocker switch, push the buttons. Then what we're gonna have? 14. There's only 10 options for that. So hey, job's good. All 10 options. Flick the rocker. Done. Instead of having to alt and whatever else on the keyboard, which is going to be out of the way. I'm excited for this project, guys. I hope you are too. Sorry about the lack of farm sim, but I kind of wound myself up. It's annoyed me not being able to have the keyboard where I need it, which is why I need the smaller one, which is why I've gone for this game board. It looks really cool. The reviews on it are awesome as well. Out of 10, it's running at 9.3. That's impressive. The only other guys I found who do it are Razer. Can we bring up the Razer one? I'll bring you guys back to desktop. Razer. No. Oh. That's not what I'm after. Kick scooter. What? Kick scooters? What? Bugger off. Razer Gaming. That's got to be the one, hasn't it? There we go. Hardware. I'm not going to be able to find it here, am I? What the hell is that? Oh, it's VR. Gotta be. Oh, Weaver. This is the latest one. But the thing about Razer is it pissed me off when I had a Razer mouse. The profiler is constantly doing things, and it drove me insane. I think it was a Razer Taipan. It's a bloody good mouse, but just that profiler, it did my nut. Every time you turn your computer on, it was whinging about something. Halfway through a gaming session, it'd start up whinging about something else. The whole thing just drove me insane. This Logitech one, it doesn't really bother me. I've had to update the damn thing manually because there doesn't seem to be an update button anywhere on it. But that's what drove me mad with the Razer one, so maybe that's not a bad thing. But anyway, this is the Orb Weaver. They did have a previous one out. This one is the latest. It's pretty smart. You see all fancy flashy buttons, yada yada yada. But like I say, just the profiler. I watched reviews on it. Either or. This one apparently fits your hand better. So the heel of your hand goes there, that sucks into your palm, and your fingers just run riot. And all the controls over here. Da 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 da. Yeah, apparently they're both really cool. People like them both. See, I like this one because it's Logitech. It goes with the profile I've already got, which is less crap on my computer, and the Razer one drove me mad. So the reviews on this are good. That was good enough. The LCD screen, I don't know if there's any use for that for me. But there, even that though, it's profiled fairly quite well, isn't it? It looks the part. Apparently that is not an analog stick though. We shall see. I'll find some use for it. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on this. I have been since I ordered it on Thursday, and it was supposed to be here Friday. Thank you, Parcel Force. You suck. Literally 3 strikes. 3 strikes. But I can't really file a complaint because there were 2 parts to that order. The drum kit that were purchased, it came with a headset. And it's a good headset, but it's too small. For my big head, it doesn't fit. So I've had to get a new headset, and I got some Sony ones. Again, really cool, but they came on Friday, on time. Why eBuyer did not put them in the same box, I don't know. But it was a split order, so they came, this didn't, so my money kind of went in the right place, because something did come. Meh. As long as I get my hands on it, I'm happy. Has that come down in price? You son of a... See, it could have gone for free delivery, the amount of time it took to come. Oh well. You can't have everything, can you? But yes, it's a week of gadgets, and that is 21 minutes of me waffling about a button box and a G13. Tomorrow, we'll have something better to show you. We'll actually have the projects. Uh-oh. Before I wake her up, I'm going to sign off. So we'll catch you all tomorrow, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you like the sound of these projects. This is going to be good stuff. I'm really looking forward to this button box. I think so far in total it's cost me around 20 quid. Can't go wrong for 20 quid, can you? To actually buy a button box off the internet, you're talking hundreds. I've not found a cheap one. This is costing me 20 quid. With crap I've got left around. You can't go wrong with that. But anyway, we will catch you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Laters.